July 14, 2025. The Arizona desert trembles under the roar of diesel engines. A convoy of the Sinaloa cartel rips across the sand like a steel serpent. 14 armored pickups, 3 heavy trucks, 50 caliber machine guns mounted on their roofs, barrels sweeping side to side as if daring anyone to block their path. Inside and on the beds, over 60 gunmen, paid and ready to kill. But this isn't just another smuggling run. Packed into those vehicles are 2.5 tons of meth, half a ton of fentanyl, and more than $50 million in cash. It's a shipment destined to be traded for tactical weapons inside the United States. The cartel believes the route is clear. They believe the desert is theirs tonight. What they don't know is that every move, every turn of the wheel, has been tracked from the moment they left Sonora. And they are minutes away from the deadliest ambush of their lives. High above, invisible in the night sky, a U.S. Air Force MQ-9 Reaper drone circles at 8,000 meters. Its cameras pick up every flicker of the convoy's headlights, every heat signature, every radio burst. The live feed streams into a command center in Tucson, where officers from the Air Force watch in silence. On a wall of screens, the convoy glows like red dots on a map. In another orbit above the desert, an AC-130J Ghostrider gunship waits, flares ready, laser-guided rounds primed. On the ground, 16 SEAL operators lie in wait. For 7 days, they've studied every inch of this canyon. The convoy presses forward. They think the back trail is clear. They don't know the DEA planted a guide within their ranks to steer them into this canyon. A canyon chosen for one reason. Once you're inside, there's no way out. The convoy rolls deeper, engines echoing between the walls. In the command post, officers lean forward. A voice cuts through encrypted radios to the SEALs and the Ghostrider crew. Hold fire. Wait until they're all in. One by one, the vehicles snake into the canyon. At 1:14 a.m., the order is given. A trigger is pulled on the ridge. The night explodes as a series of claymore mines detonate, blasting thousands of steel balls into the lead trucks. Tires shredded, glass shattered, gun mounts ripped apart. The blasts echo like thunder rolling through the canyon. Almost at the same moment, the AC-130J opens fire from the sky. 30mm tracers rain down, ripping through steel cabins, tearing vehicles apart. The convoy plunges into chaos. Gunmen leap from trucks, scrambling for cover, but the cliffs above light up with flashes as SEAL Team 6 opens fire. Suppressed M4s and SCAR rifles cut down anyone who tries to mount a weapon. The escape route is sealed. Then a high-pitched whistle cuts the air. A laser-guided round from the Ghostrider slams into a heavy weapons truck. The blast ignites ammo crates inside, triggering a chain reaction. A fireball erupts, swallowing 2 nearby pickups in flame. The heat so intense, SEALs retreat deeper into cover. On the canyon floor, cartel fighters scramble to set up an RPG launcher, desperate for a counterattack. But before they can fire, a sniper round from the ridge pierces the gunner's shoulder. Above, micro-drones hover close to the wrecks, their cameras zeroing in on faces. The Sinaloa lieutenant leading the shipment. He's inside an armored Ford Raptor near the front, panic written across his face. He shouts into a radio, but hears only static. Every signal is jammed. A 105mm shell lands just meters from his truck, shattering the windshield, shaking him to the floor. A SEAL nearby is cut by flying glass, blood soaking his shoulder. But his teammate drags him into cover and radios for a medevac. Minutes later, the low thump of an HH-60W rescue helicopter echoes through the night, ducking below the ridges to extract the wounded without ever entering enemy fire. The fight rages on. A K-47 fire spits blindly into the cliffs but can't reach the operators. A few cartel gunners climb onto trucks to man heavy machine guns, only to be picked off by snipers who've been waiting with pre-calculated shots. By 1:21 a.m., just 7 minutes after the first blast, half the convoy is destroyed. Burning wrecks clog the canyon, flames mixing with tracer fire and smoke. Screams echo off the cliffs. The Ghostrider shifts to suppression fire, picking off pockets of resistance, but leaving intact the cash and drugs that the DEA came for. Behind the chaos, GPS jammers trick the last operational vehicles into fleeing into the open desert, straight into a second ambush ring that seals their fate. Then the final blow. From high above, the Reaper drone drops a Hellfire missile onto a munitions truck at the convoy's rear. The explosion is massive, ammo inside detonating in a chain reaction that destroys 2 more armored pickups and scatters steel fragments across the canyon like shrapnel rain. The Ghostrider circles overhead, finishing stragglers with short bursts. On the ground, the SEAL teams descend. From the ridges moving fast between burning vehicles, flashlights cutting through the smoke, commands snap through earpieces as they sweep each wreck. At the front, operators smash the glass of the Ford Raptor, drag out El Galo, and slam his hands into cuffs. His encrypted laptop and satellite phones are seized instantly. Other teams collect rifles, machine guns, cash, and every kilo of drugs. Any gunman still resisting is dropped. Those who surrender are bound and removed. 27 minutes after the first Claymore blast, the desert falls quiet. The last gunfire fades. Only smoke, fire, and the sound of American boots remain. The commander gives the order, cease fire. The Ghostrider peels away. The Reaper climbs back to altitude, and the SEALs form a perimeter as DEA agents move in to inventory the haul. Portable lights flood the canyon, casting long shadows over blackened steel husks and smoldering cargo. The numbers are cold but clear. 14 pickups and 3 trucks destroyed or seized. 47 cartel gunmen dead. 19 captured alive. All drugs, weapons, and $50 million in cash secured. U.S. forces report no fatalities, only 1 SEAL, lightly wounded, already evacuated. By dawn, the battle site is still smoking as the first gold light of morning washes over the Arizona desert. El Galo is already on his way to an airbase for interrogation and extradition. The Pentagon calls it a crippling blow to Sinaloa's supply chain. The DEA calls it a record seizure. The message is unmistakable. America can watch, wait, and strike with overwhelming force at the exact moment the enemy is weakest. For the cartel, the myth of invincibility at the border is shattered. For the United States, the ambush is a reminder that its reach is unmatched, in the skies, on the ground, and in the shadows. The July 2025 ambush in the Arizona desert will be remembered as a textbook operation, a perfect trap sprung with patience and precision, wiping out a convoy in less than half an hour, and a warning to every transnational crime group. Cross the line, and you will face America's full might with no way back. If you want to keep following stories of bold and precise U.S. military operations, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.